Leo, welcome to your no contact reading. So, we're going to get into this, okay? We're going to get into the current energy of the connection, your feelings, your thoughts, energy towards your person, and the same for them, their feelings, energy, and thoughts towards you. If this resonates, then you can continue watching over on your extended. The link for that is in the description, top of the comments. Okay, so let's start here though. So Leo, I'm trying to think. Well, I'll show you. The energy of the connection is disappointment and the sun. Okay, Leo, I think for you and your person, there is this big realization on like how happy you two make each other. Okay, there's some sort of like clarity. I'm even getting like some sort of, I don't know, revelation, even with the sun. Okay, like something's going on here on both sides. Okay, where yeah, you're both like, I don't know, having this realization about how disappointing even that like things didn't go the way that you both wanted them to go. Okay. I think for the both of you, and even maybe more so on your part, Leo, like I'm getting that it was probably you that withdrew your energy from the connection because you may have, you didn't feel appreciated. You didn't feel like this person was reciprocating the energy that you were giving the connection. I'm getting that with the sun. Okay. Because I think that this is someone who you like fully expressed yourself to who this person is. Like you showed them your heart, okay, so to speak. And you may have felt like this person didn't value, what you were giving them, what you were expressing to them, okay, or just you. And I think that you may have pulled away from disappointment, unmet expectations, okay? But it's almost like regardless, there's a moment happening here where I think this may be going on for the both of you, but I'm especially getting it for you, Leo, because you're showing up like the frog and the wheel of fortune, okay? You don't have to own this if you don't feel this, okay? So this is probably how you'll know that I'm resonating with you, okay? Because this person may have disappointed you, okay? However, you're having some sort of moment, like I said, even with the sun card, you're having a realization about how that actually like benefited you, how it actually worked out for you. Okay, if that makes sense with the Wheel of Fortune, because I'm getting a perspective shift, like a 180 almost. Okay, like before, or actually no, I'm getting like, yeah, well, 180 is a complete turnaround. So right, so yeah, I'm getting a shift in perspective about who this is, where at one point you may have had a very negative take on who this is in the situation and why you all went no contact, why you and this person aren't speaking. But you've done a lot of healing, okay, with the frog. The frog is about healing. And you're like, what it says, frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. And you, I think also, Leo, I think outside of this connection too, or maybe this connection triggered that healing process, you are in this place of recovery, but also like you no longer want to carry any of the baggage. You no longer are wanting to carry any like negativity. Okay. So I don't know. I feel like I'm connecting with a Leo that you have this completely different take on this person, the situation, and on life. All right. And I'm actually getting this with disappointment because on the card it says, disappointment is a reaction to unmet expectations. And you know what I'm getting with you, Leo? You're realizing like you can expect yourself to make you happy. There's something about this connection that kind of like triggered that, because look, you show up with reflection as well. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. You may be in a place where you're realizing that maybe you put too much on this person. Maybe you put too much expectation on them and the connection to make you happy. And you're in this place, again, this is just what I'm getting with the Leos that I'm really connecting with, where you understand that happiness is an inside job. Nothing else will really make you happy unless you're naturally just, happy from the inside. Okay. And again, Frog does tell me that a lot of you have been doing a lot of healing work. Okay. You're very balanced, in terms of your emotions. Okay. And I'm just getting you being lighter, and I'm getting forgiveness and understanding. Okay. And a lot of you, I think you have new chapter. Right? I'm trying to move on. A number of you want to start a new chapter with this person. You want to start off on, but I'm getting like new with the Frog, because the Frog is also kind of like my Fool card. Okay. So therefore, it's like, I think that you want to have a fresh start with this person. And it's also because chemistry, I have never felt a passion, this intense. I feel like, Leo, something about this person, and the connection with who this is just different. And I feel like you want to express that to them. I feel like you want to tell this person, how you're feeling and what your thoughts are now. Because it's different. Your person, did I already show you this? They show up like the King of Wands. So this could be a fellow Leo. Could be an Aries or a Sag. Okay. And you have the golden egg. So whoever this is, because the golden egg is the unstruck sound. And they have a message for you. Like literally, they're sitting with a message. This person, I will tell you, Leo, is very used to you, because I'm also, when I saw the King of Wands, this is them waiting on you to show up so that they can tell you what's on their mind. Okay. I mean, they feel like what they have to say is very valuable, but they're not sure if you'll value it, because you have unworthy with how they're feeling. Okay. You're a better person than I am. They have mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs, but this right here is clearly that this is, hope. I haven't given up on us yet. That's why there's the golden egg here. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so the golden egg is, like I said, it's a message that someone is sitting with, okay? But it says the message can only be heard when a certain vibration is reached, okay? So the only reason why you two are not like speaking right now, and I've said this a number of times in other readings, is simply because you all are not completely on the same vibration. Okay. I think that your frequency, I feel like your frequency is almost waiting for their frequency to match up with yours, because you're on the Wheel of Fortune energy, okay? Where you're just kind of, I think you're honoring your healing, okay, Leo? I think you're honoring the space that you're in, and you're not forcing anything, you know? You're just acknowledging. That's what I'm getting with you. Like, you're acknowledging how you feel and your growth. All right. And so I would tell your person, like if I was reading for them, I would say Leo is just waiting on you to kind of like change this, perhaps, right? Like, unworthy, you're a better person than I am. I would tell them, if you want 1111, as I was saying that, if you want Leo to come in, okay, because they do want, they do want you to come in. But if you want Leo to come in, if you want Leo to take action, then you have to be on a different vibration than this, okay? That's what I would tell them, because this is a vibration of lack, all right? They're still focused on, you know, the mistakes and, you know, I messed up, and yeah, if they could go back, they would do things differently. But I would tell them, okay, that's understandable, but you know, if you want to connect with Leo, I feel, oh, that's what they, okay, thank you. It's the pride. There it is. That's why they show up with the King of Wands. They got pride. And so their pride is not allowing them to be, you know, completely honest or open. Their pride is causing, you know, blockages here in the connection with you, where you're much more in flow because you're showing up like water. Okay. So that's what I'm getting. Okay. Yeah, you're like ready for a new chapter. They're still, again, so to better say this too, their frequency is still caught up in the past, okay, with mistakes and unworthy, okay, where you're more like present with your feelings and emotions and thoughts. So I'm gonna continue this over on your extended, okay, and we're gonna dive into, you know, the situation. Will no contact be broken? When do I see that happening? Is this person going to take, you know, action? And many other things, timelines, and also advice, okay, for the both of you. So if you feel like that's going to be helpful, Leo, then I'll see you over on the other side. Like I said, the link is in the description or at the top of the comments. If this is where we part ways, love you all. Good luck with everything. I hope the message was helpful. I'll see you next time. Peace.